And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country. This story I'm about to tell is laid in San Francisco during the afterglow of the gold rush. In fact, I don't know of any other time or place where it could have happened. Only a city like San Francisco, with its generous heart, its sense of humor, its sentimentality, could claim a personage like Emperor Norton. Joshua Norton arrived in California by ship in 1849 at the height of the gold rush and immediately established himself as a commission merchant dealing in all kinds of commodities. Within a few years, he had become one of San Francisco's most prosperous and respected businessmen, with a reputation for shrewdness, daring, and absolute integrity.
This is the greatest operation he's put over yet, cornering the rice market.
Nobody but Norton would be bold enough to risk it.
If it was anyone but Norton, believe me, I never would have gone in on it.
That man can't fail. He's a genius.
Ah, Cooper and Duffy, come in.
Good morning, Norton.
Good morning.
Make yourselves comfortable.
Thank you.
Well, gentlemen, it looks as though we'd pulled it off. As of this moment, we control the entire rice supply of San Francisco.
What about the shipment that arrived yesterday from Peru?
It's ours. I agreed to buy the entire cargo at 12.5 cents a pound. Here's the contract. I gave them $2,000 cash. The balance, $23,000, we'll pay out of our profits.
How long do you think we should hold on?
Yes, rice was quoted today at 32 cents. That's already a profit of 150%.
It'll go higher. China has prohibited all further exports of rice. I look for the price to reach 40. When it does, we'll unload.
You have got nerve, Norton.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I think the occasion calls for a little celebration.
Look at these figures. They're simply staggering.
We're sitting on top of the world.
Well, gentlemen, to a very Merry Christmas.
Mr. Norton.
And a Happy New Year.
News. Telegraph Hill. Ship come in. Bring rice.
Rice?
Heap rice.
Let's get down to the wharf.
We got to buy it up.
The whole cargo? 250 barrels?
If it's dumped on the market, we're ruined.
We're already way overextended.
My credit's good.
All right. Lot number one, gentlemen. 15 barrels of fine rice over at 12 cents a pound. 12 cents a pound, gentlemen. Who wants
12 cents?
12 cents? What do I hear?
It was 32. It's already dropped 20 points.
Gentlemen, 12
Take
cents. Sold to Mr. Joshua Norton.
Man, are you crazy?
We've got to buy it up. Keep control of the market.
Our profits on the Peruvian rice are already wiped out.
We can recoup them if we just don't lose our nerve.
Mr. Norton, please. Another ship just come through Golden Gate.
With rice?
The Dragon from China. 250,000 pounds.
Good heavens.
So there were to be no further exports from China.
Somebody circulated the rumor maliciously.
Oh, we still have a chance. We throw in all our combined resources.
Not me, I'm through.
You'd welch on a contract?
What contract?
Your word as gentlemen.
Look, Norton, it'll do us no good having our names linked with yours in this big fiasco.
Any association we've had is terminated.
Please, gentlemen.
Mr. Norton? Oh, Godfrey.
Sit down.
The balance of $23,000 you owe us on the cargo of Peruvian rice.
I don't want it. I have no place to store it. Sell it to somebody else.
At 4 cents a pound? When you've guaranteed us 12.5 cents?
I haven't got it.
Then we'll sue.
What are you all? A pack of jackals? The man's in trouble. You fall upon him, tear him to pieces. Oh, Mr. Dubois.
Mr. Norton, may I have a word with you?
Come in. Sit down. I'm sorry I can't offer you a cigar, but I've given up smoking.
The matter I have to broach is a rather delicate one.
I owe you money.
You have always been one of this hotel's most esteemed guests, Mr. Norton. However, if you could favor us with a remittance.
6 months in arrears.
A certified check, perhaps.
My account at the bank has been closed, Mr. Dubois. Perhaps you'd accept my watch as partial payment. It's a good watch, a gift from my parents on the occasion of my 21st birthday. And these cufflinks also are fairly valuable. And I have several scarf pins, one of them a diamond. If these articles aren't enough to cover the amount due, you're welcome to anything in my wardrobe.
Cooper, I say, Cooper. It's good to see you.
Well, Norton, I thought you'd left town.
No, I'm still around.
Keeping busy?
Quite. I have a number of lawsuits on my hands.
Yes, I read about them. Well, glad to have seen you.
Cooper, I wonder if you could do me a favor.
If it's money, no.
Well, just a small loan.
I've got all I can do to keep my own head above water.
But I could pay you back in a few days.
You don't seem to realize, Norton, these are hard times. I mean for everybody. We're in the midst of a financial depression here in San Francisco.
I'm quite aware of it.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that fiasco of yours is what touched the whole thing off. You and your grandiose ideas.
No!
I'm sorry. I'm in a hurry.
You with your grandiose ideas. But I didn't ruin anybody else. I'm not responsible for the Depression. I love San Francisco. Its people are my people. This town is my town. This country is my country.
I heard voices about you at company. I won't be for a minute. I'll just give the price for licking, a promise.
You're from London.
How'd you guess?
That's where I was born.
God save the Queen.
I'm a United States citizen now. Took out my papers when California joined the Union.
God save the President.
Sometimes I think it would be better if we did have a king. This is a great country, America. There's something wrong with the way it's being governed. Look at me. At one time, I was one of the richest men in San Francisco, worth $250,000.
Ooh.
Now, reduced to this. I've lost everything. Friends, position, Self-respect.
Your wife?
I have no family. I'm alone in the world.
Of course, me. I've always been poor. Don't expect to be anything else.
There should be laws against poverty. Here in the land of plenty, a city built on gold, we have a depression, business failures, bank closures.
Whose fault is it?
That's what I say. The men who are running things. Believe me, if I were the ruler, you'd see great changes. Things like this would never happen.
I hope you get there, sir, to the White House.
The United States is too big to be a republic, or even a kingdom. It should be an empire. If I were emperor, I'd make things right.
I'll be leaving. Your Majesty. My knees for me.
Yes, I, Emperor Norton.
We're still short a copy, Chief, for tonight's edition.
This town is certainly in the doldrums. No fires, no murders, no new gold strikes. People aren't even writing letters to the editor. Looks like I'm going to have to write another editorial. Oh, well. Come in.
I wish to see the editor.
I'm the editor.
I have a proclamation I wish published.
At the peremptory request and desire of the large majority of the citizens of these United States, I, Joshua Norton, for the past 9 years and 10 months of San Francisco, California, declare and proclaim myself Emperor of these United States, and direct the representatives of the different states of the Union to assemble in Musical Hall of this city on the first day of February next, then and there to make such alterations in the existing laws of the Union as may ameliorate the evils under which the country is laboring, and thereby cause confidence to exist, both at home and abroad, in our stability and integrity.
Signed, Norton I, Emperor of the United States, 17th of September, 1859. You represent this individual?
I am Emperor Norton. Give the proclamation a prominent place in your paper.
Oh, yes, sir.
And save me a copy.
Yes, Your Majesty. That's that fellow Norton that failed in that great rice debacle.
Must have unhinged him. Another guy who thinks he's Napoleon.
No, not Napoleon at all. Emperor of these United States.
Mad as a March hare.
Writes a superior English. I won't have to do any editing.
You're not really going to publish it.
Certainly I am. San Francisco needs a good laugh. Besides, this will save me from writing another editorial.
I, Joshua Norton, for the last 9 years and 10 months past of San Francisco, California, declare and proclaim myself Emperor of these United States.
I often wondered what happened to him after the crash.
So now you know.
Norton First, Emperor of the United States, 17th September, 1859. Joshua Norton. Wong all the time running errands for him. That was his office right there.
Emperor of the United States. Perhaps if we hadn't turned him out. But what is the hotel keeper to do?
The slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. A man's mind can suffer just so much, it seems.
What'll it be, Your Majesty? Oh, no drink, thank you. I'll just regale myself with a little food.
Help yourself. You see our sign up there.
Publishes all those crazy notices of Norton's in the paper. Dissolving Congress. Abolishing the Supreme Court.
I publish it.
Why? Why do you do it?
For the same reason that everybody else in San Francisco humors him. Makes him happy and does no harm.
He can walk into a saloon like this?
He has the freedom of the city. Eats in the finest restaurants and attends all plays and concerts.
When he enters a theater, the whole audience rises and remains standing until he's seated.
Rides free on all public transportation.
He never pays for anything?
Oh, he often pays. In script.
Worthless money.
Not at all. Promissory notes complete with seal and vignette of His Majesty.
For the sum of 50 cents at 7% interest, payable in 1880? Where in the world does he get this stuff printed?
At our shop.
Printers to His Imperial Majesty Norton the First?
Well, he promised me the post of Chancellor of the Exchequer one of these days.
Give me another drink.
Begging for royal favors, eh? Here you are, you bummer.
Where did he get his uniform?
Oh, the Presidio keeps him supplied.
Another beggar at my heels. All that's left is crumbs, which are welcome to him. Like the beggar Lazarus in the Bible.
Plumber and Lazarus, my bodyguards.
This is the day of the month that we collect taxes. Behave yourselves when we get inside. These are some of the biggest banks and business houses in San Francisco.
Your tax this month is $5, a slight increase. But there have been heavy drains of late on the Treasury. A coin of the realm, if you please.
Oh, certain.
Here's your receipt.
Thank you.
Do you mind if I sit here a minute? My feet get very tired.
Glad to have you. I can remember when I used to visit in your office. How's everything going?
Congress in Washington still continues to defy me. I've ordered the Army to use force if necessary to clear the halls.
I read the manifesto in the paper.
But here in California, the empire is gradually being recognized. I hope before long to take over the new Palace Hotel as my headquarters. It'll be an improvement over the place I now live. Good day, sir.
Good day, Your Majesty.
Come, Bummer. Come, Lazarus.
Emperor of Brazil, in San Francisco. Reception tonight in his honor at the University of California. City officials and other dignitaries to be present. Did you hear that, Bummer, Lazarus?
All during my reign, this is as close as I've ever come to the crowned heads of the world. But now, tonight, at last, I shall shake the hand of a fellow emperor. Good evening, Dr. Gilman. And how are things at the University of California?
Good evening, sir. Your university is in fine shape, Emperor Norton. Your Majesty, may I present Emperor Norton of the United States of America.
And Protector of Mexico.
This is a great honor.
I trust you are enjoying your sojourn in my capital.
I have toured most of the world, Your Majesty, and I am now convinced there's no other city quite like San Francisco.
Hear ye, all good Americans. Mark ye well the words I speak, for I speak from the pages of history. Come closer, come closer. This country is in dire straits.
What in the world is he advertising?
And where are we?
Himself. Just another San Francisco character along with Oofty Goofty and Emperor Norton. He claims to be the reincarnation of our first president.
Well, I must say, there's a remarkable resemblance.
As your leader. When I am elected
Oh, look who's coming.
there is a job for every man. I will banish all taxes, and I will wipe poverty from the face of this fair land. Rally to the support of George Washington II.
What is the meaning of this?
I am the spirit of '76, the father of our country.
Why, you humbug! You imposter! How dare you perpetrate such a fraud on the people of San Francisco, my loyal subjects?
Your subjects? This is a republic.
This is an empire. I'll have you banished for sedition. George Washington, indeed. You're an insult to his memory, a disgrace to the American people. Get out before I call the police. Get out! Never dare show your face within these borders again, Sirrah. I guess that'll teach him and any other pretender that I am the one and only Emperor Norton.
For 21 years, Joshua Norton, always seen with his two dogs, Bummer and Lazarus, ruled his imaginary empire. Loved, humored, supported in his harmless fantasies. Maybe some of them weren't so fantastic at that. Now take the manifesto published in 1869. Commanding a suspension bridge to be built from San Francisco to Oakland by way of Yerba Buena. And people laughed. But here it is today, San Francisco Bay Bridge, following almost exactly the specifications the emperor laid down. And when in 1880 his reign came to a peaceful end, members of the Pacific Union Club on Nob Hill, an organization of prominent San Franciscans, whose present clubhouse you see here, provided the money for his funeral and subscribed the funds for the stone which marks his final resting place in the Woodlawn Masonic Cemetery of San Francisco. Emperor Norton, come into his own at last.